Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something life gon' test you. Oh yeah, it's gon' pull up on you unannounced, like a bill you forgot to pay. One minute you're chillin', drinking your coffee, and the next boom, your boss walk in with that look like he about to change your whole week. But let me ask you this, when life gets loud, can you stay calm? See, everybody wanna be peaceful till peace gets interrupted. You can't just talk about calm, you got to train for calm. Today, we ain't just talking motivation, we talking mental gym. We bout to hit some mental push-ups, y'all. Cause that mind of yours, that's the control center, and if you don't train it, life will. And trust me, life don't train soft. So buckle up, cause I'm about to show you how to walk through storms like it's a Sunday stroll. You ready? Let's go. Master your emotions before your emotions master you. That's not just a catchy phrase, that's survival. See, life is full of unexpected turns. You get cut off in traffic, somebody says something slick at work, your plans fall apart, and instantly your emotions jump in the driver's seat. But if you let 'em take the wheel without training, they'll crash your whole day. Now, don't get me wrong, emotions are natural. You're supposed to feel angry, hurt, frustrated, but feeling something and acting on it blindly, that's the difference between wisdom and wreckage. When you don't master your emotions, they'll have you saying things you regret, doing things that cost you relationships, opportunities, and even peace of mind. You ever see somebody lose their cool over something small and think, man, that wasn't even that deep? That's what happens when the emotions are running the show and the mind is just trying to keep up. But when you learn to pause, breathe, and assess before reacting, that's when you take your power back. You train yourself to lead with logic, not impulse, and the truth is, it takes practice. It ain't overnight. You got to start recognizing your emotional triggers. Learn to sit with a feeling before you act on it. Ask yourself, is this emotion trying to help me or hurt me right now? The world will test you every single day, and you can't stop the test. But you can show up with the right tools. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you own what you feel, and you decide what happens next, not the heat of the moment. That's real power. That's emotional discipline. Respond, don't react. That one shift right there can change your whole life. See, reacting is what most people do. It's fast, it's raw, and most times it's messy. Somebody says something disrespectful, and boom, you snap back. You feel disrespected, and boom, you raise your voice. That's reacting. It's emotional. It's unfiltered. And more often than not, it makes things worse. But responding, that's calculated, that's grown, that's strength under control. When you respond instead of react, you're not ignoring how you feel. You're choosing to handle it with intention. You're not letting somebody else's energy drag you out of character. You're standing in your own power, deciding how this situation will go. See, life will come at you fast. People will test your patience, throw shade, and try to push your buttons just to see if they still work. And when you react, you're giving them the satisfaction of knowing they still control your emotions. But when you respond, you send a message that you ain't moved by every little wind that blows. That's when people realize they can't pull you into chaos because you operate from peace. Now, don't get it twisted. Responding doesn't mean being soft or passive. It means being smart. It means you take a second to breathe, process, and ask yourself, what's the best way to handle this? Not the loudest, not the fastest, the best way, because the best way keeps your dignity intact. It protects your time, your energy, and your future. Responding is emotional maturity in action. It's how you stay calm in storms, how you lead when others lose control. And the best part, it's a skill you can build. Every time you choose to pause instead of explode, you're getting better at it. Your peace is your power. Protect it like your paycheck. Think about it. You don't let just anybody mess with your money. You check your account, track your bills, lock your card if something looks suspicious. But your peace, that's even more valuable. That's your mental currency. That's what keeps you grounded when everything around you is trying to pull you into chaos. And if you don't protect it, life will rob you blind. People will bring drama, negativity, and noise right to your doorstep. And if you're not careful, you'll open the door and invite it in. Not because you want it, but because you haven't trained yourself to guard your peace. You ever been around somebody who just drains the life out of the room? You leave the conversation more stressed than when you came in. That's a peace thief, and they don't always look like enemies. Sometimes it's your friends, your family, even your own habits that rob your peace. You gotta start treating your peace like a non-negotiable. That means setting boundaries. That means saying no without guilt. That means walking away from arguments that don't serve you. Because every time you give away your peace for free, you pay for it somewhere else. In your energy, your focus, your sleep, your happiness. The truth is, peace isn't passive. It's not something you find by accident. It's something you fight for. You create it on purpose. You maintain it with discipline. You choose it even when everything around you is chaotic. And once you really taste that kind of peace, the kind that doesn't depend on other people or perfect circumstances, you won't let just anybody take it from you. You'll guard it like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Calm is a skill, not a personality trait. People look at someone who stays cool under pressure and say, man, they're just built different. But that's not true. They're not born calm. They've trained for it. Just like you train your body in the gym, you train your mind to stay steady. Calm is learned, developed, and earned through discipline, not DNA. The problem is, most people wait for calm to magically show up instead of putting in the reps to build it. See, anybody can be calm when life is good, when money's right, when nobody's testing your patience. But real calm shows up in chaos. It's when the deadline moves up, the car breaks down, or someone hits you with bad news, and you don't let it shake your core. You take a breath. You slow down. You think before you speak. That's not luck. That's practice. That's mindset work. If you've been telling yourself, I'm just not a calm person, stop that. You're training your mind with every reaction you allow to control you. And you can retrain it. Start small. When someone cuts you off in traffic, don't cuss them out. Breathe. When your plans fall apart, don't spiral. Adjust. Each time you do that, you're rewiring your brain to stay composed. Calm doesn't mean you don't feel stress. It means stress doesn't get to run the show. It means you've decided that your peace matters more than proving a point or winning a moment. It means you're playing the long game, so don't envy calm people. Become one, Study them, practice what they do, and remember, calm isn't about never getting shaken. It's about knowing how to reset, refocus, and respond with strength. No matter what comes your way, silence is strength when chaos is loud. We live in a world that rewards noise. Everybody wants to speak first, shout louder, post more, clap back quicker. But there's a quiet power in the person who doesn't rush to respond, who doesn't get pulled into every argument, who knows how to sit in silence and observe while the world spins wild around them. That kind of silence isn't weakness, it's control. It's the power to hold your energy, not waste it. When chaos hits, most people panic. They start yelling, blaming, reacting without thinking. But the strongest person in the room is usually the one who says the least. Not because they don't care, but because they're thinking 10 steps ahead. They're listening, they're watching. They're gathering their strength while everyone else is burning theirs out. That's wisdom in motion. That's what calm leadership looks like. Silence gives you space, space to breathe, space to think, space to process what's really going on instead of reacting to what it feels like in the moment. It's in that space that you find clarity, and clarity is power. Because when you can think clearly in chaos, you make better decisions. You don't get tricked by emotions. You don't let pressure push you into mistakes. You respond with purpose. Some people think silence means surrender, but sometimes silence is strategy. It's knowing that not everything deserves your voice, your energy, or your reaction. It's knowing that peace isn't passive. It's protective. You can stand strong without raising your voice. You can lead with presence, not just volume. And silence doesn't mean you're doing nothing. It means you're doing everything that matters internally. You're managing your emotions. You're steadying your breathing. You're checking in with yourself. That's work. That's mental discipline in a world that's constantly telling you to talk, post, prove, and perform. Choosing silence takes strength. It's a decision to value your inner world more than external noise. It's a skill, a strategy, and a form of leadership that doesn't need applause to be effective. Because sometimes the loudest statement you can make is saying nothing at all and letting your calm do the talking, train your mind daily. Just like you brush your teeth. You wouldn't skip brushing your teeth for a week and then act surprised when things get funky. It's a daily habit, something you do without even thinking about it, because you know the consequences if you don't. Your mind works the same way. If you're not putting in that daily effort to clean up your thoughts, sharpen your focus, and build your mental strength, you can't expect to stay calm when life throws its punches. Mental training isn't something reserved for monks or motivational speakers. It's for everybody, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Just like brushing your teeth, it's about consistency over intensity. 5 or 10 minutes a day of quiet time, journaling, deep breathing, or reflecting on how you handled things. Those small habits stack up. They train your brain to slow down, to process instead of panic, to pause before reacting. That's how calm is built, brick by brick, day by day. Too many people wait until they're overwhelmed to start thinking about mental health. That's like waiting for a cavity to show up before you pick up a toothbrush. You've got to get ahead of the stress. Prepare your mind before the storm comes, because storms will come. Life isn't asking if you're ready. It's showing up regardless, and when you've trained your mind daily, you're not caught off guard. You've rehearsed how to breathe through it. You've built the muscle to stay grounded, and just like physical hygiene, mental hygiene affects everyone around you. When your mind is cluttered and reactive, it spills over into your relationships, your decisions, your peace. But when you've done the work to stay steady, people feel it. They trust your calm. They're drawn to your clarity. That kind of energy doesn't come from luck. It comes from daily discipline. Training your mind isn't glamorous. Nobody claps for it. But it shows up in how you handle pressure, how you treat people, how you bounce back from setbacks. It shows up when life gets loud and you remain still. Because you did the work when nobody was watching. You trained your mind like it mattered. Every single day